There you go.
Oh, God.
John.
Welcome to the stream, people. Okay, my OBS is right now.
I mean, I don't know how, like, in-person events would even properly work. I mean, video frame obviously still doesn't exist even after all these years.
Alright, everyone, let's watch this live stream. Woo!
Yeah!
I can't find the live stream, god damn it.
Just search up Astral Industries on the YouTube search.
You know what? I'll just give you the link.
Oh, I mean, I think there's a thing called the links channel in the server. Pretty sure that's where you should be able to find the thing.
Well, I don't know where the links channel is.
Alright, I just had to mute the game. Alright,
It should be just below, you know. Should be in the information category.
Alright, if you don't have it, I posted it in No Mic chat.
Or someone just posted it in the freaking general channel.
Lights are dimming. Everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. Lights are dimming.
Shut.
Everyone shut or you.
Turn off the flash, you fucking moron.
No, put your phone away.
Alright, everybody
Turn
mute.
it off.
Funny how we're acting like.
Everybody mute. Everyone be quiet.
John.
Shut up.
So, let's continue. So, I'd like to give, okay, before we get started, I'd like to take a moment and introduce the wonderful people who helped make this event possible. First, we have the rest of the Astral Industry staff team, consisting of Underscorched, STMO2, Mokino Mocha, Highwell Plays, and Hexarius as our developers, as well as our amazing voice actors, early access testers, and moderation teams. These people are critical to keeping the group going, and I cannot be any more glad to have them with us along for the ride. I'd like to give a special thanks to Scorch and Mocha in particular, as they are the ones who helped orchestrate this event by helping me build the Vector Center and just with planning all around. Without them, none of this would have happened. Next, I'd like to introduce today's VIP guests. So, our VIPs for today, we have the staff team of Nova Incorporated, Nuclear Engineering Corporation, Cosmic Science, as Astral Industries staff, Ziltic Industries, and a couple other people from the Spark timeline. These people are incredibly important to us, and we are so glad that they have been able to join us for today. Our VIPs for today, we have the staff team of Nova Incorporated, Nuclear Engineering Corporation. So, besides those joining us today, we would also like to introduce our wonderful affiliates, who help drive connections between communities to help form Astral's vision for an interconnected world of sci-fi on the Roblox platform. In no particular order, the members of the Astral affiliate program are the Auroral Atomic Corporation, Cosmic Science Incorporated, the Nuclear Engineering Corporation, Obscura Development, Nova Incorporated, Ziltic Industries, Highwell Plays Official, Windborne Studios, Nadaya, Pinewood Builders, and Roblox Accelerated Science. Each of these groups has something amazing to provide to the greater Roblox platform, and we are so proud to have this many groups as our partners throughout our journey of creating games for everyone to enjoy. Okay, introductions aside, we have a presentation to get to, so let's get started. Although Astral Central has always been a recap event for Astral Industries, this year is a little bit different. Instead of mainly focusing on the past, we want to focus more on the future, and what it holds for us not only for ERH 2.0, but us as a development studio as well. But before we get into the new content, let's take a look back at what Astral Industries has done in 2022. Now, Astral has been quite busy in 2022, and although we didn't get anything out this year when it comes to new games, we have been working hard to help conceptualize and build the infrastructure to support our ambitions when it comes to Energy Research Hub 2.0 and beyond. So let's start with ERH 2.0, or rather, ERH 1.1. Before ERH 2.0 was what it is now, an entirely new game, it was originally just an update for Energy Research Hub 1.0. ERH 1.1, the interactivity update, was announced at Astral Day 2021 to bring ERH 1.0 up to what we considered engaging gameplay, bringing new features like actually working research labs and more experiments to run on the reactor. Although this never came to fruition, ERH 1.1 helped prove something about the state of Energy Research Hub at the time. It simply wasn't fun. We got caught up in providing a unique experience and exploration, so we forgot to actually make the game fun. Somehow, we managed to forget to make a game that was enjoyable to play, which is a pretty big part of why ERH 1.0 failed. The only gameplay mechanic was the reactor. That was it. We fell into the trap that seems to plague most other starter groups, fantasizing over a single mechanic and devoting the entire game to it. ERH 2.0 plans to solve these issues in a lot of ways, but we'll get more into that later. Late in 2021, we decided to scrap ERH 1.1 as just an expansion to the already broken foundations of ERH 1.0, and decided to rebuild the map from scratch. We didn't realize this at the time, but this was the step that helped lead to the creation of ERH 2.0, free from the expectations of the previous game and free to reach for more engaging and fun gameplay. The map in particular was a bottleneck, as the layout felt constricting and stretched out to those who we got feedback from. ERH 2.0 solves this by providing a map that not only has a lot of content to explore, but has something to find no matter where you go on the map. While walking from one sector to another, you can easily get lost in several different gameplay opportunities, secret Easter eggs, or small details that you may not notice when first looking around. If you look up at the displays, just to give you an idea, this is a diagram showing just a few of the gameplay opportunities that you can find as you walk from spawn to the reactor control room. Now, none of it's labeled because spoilers, but this tree is accurate, which I think is pretty cool. ERH 2.0 is currently split into 6 different sectors, labeled A through F, and I'll quickly run through them all. Sector A is the entrance zone, serving mainly as a hub within the hub, providing central services and access to almost every other sector within the map. It serves as a great meeting space, with quick access to food, health services, and tech support for any problems that may arise during your shifts. Sector A serves as your introduction to the Energy Research Hub, so it's important that we get our first impressions right. Sector B, the Aurora Cavern, is the center of the facility's Material Research Division. A large, sprawling cavern system, Sector B allows for greater exploration of the underground portion of the facility. Make sure to pick up your safety gear first, as hazards in the cave can prove quite dangerous if you get caught off guard. Sector C is for the facility's reactor, the DTX-AFR. Roblox's first ever dual-cycle fusion reactor, the DTX-AFR uses the entire chamber as its primary fuel source, as the interior is filled with a gaseous version of our fuel, a blend of deuterium and tritium-X, a supercharged and extremely volatile form of tritium. Players will have the opportunity to experiment with this new fuel source, but they must be careful not to trip the reactor, as one misplaced spark could set the entire chamber ablaze. Sector D is for infrastructure and logistics. The backbone of the facility, Sector D houses a variety of life support systems, fluid management systems, electrical systems, and a cargo bay for deliveries and exports, and much more. Starlight, the facility's integrated control system, is also based in Sector D, so players will have the opportunity to act as technicians and ensure the rest of the facility stays stable through repairing these critical systems. Sector E is administration. Access via a tram for Sector C, this is where you can find a majority of the facility's offices, the auditorium, and some of the facility's customizable housing plots. More on that later. This area is meant for socialization, role-playing, and overall fun, which takes in part from its separation from the rest of the facility via a tram. It can also serve as an evacuation site in the case of fires or other catastrophic events that could occur while you are visiting. Lastly, we have Sector F, the surface complex. This area of the map is meant as a laboratory. It holds spaces for plenty of science to go down. Players will be able to analyze and refine ores, build and launch satellites, run experiments in a particle accelerator, and much more, whilst also having opportunities to create a space of their own with even more housing slots. Alright, that's it for the general map overview, but I'm sure you can tell how every stretch of the map will have something for you to do, leaving no space untouched. Would an actual facility of this scale waste any space? If not, why should we? This kind of reasoning is a driving force in ERH 2.0's development philosophy, and we want to ensure that above all else, the game is actually fun. Now, not much has been done in the last 6 months or so. 2022 has been filled with long-term hiatuses, mainly stemming from a lack of motivation, schoolwork, and a variety of other excuses which we could spend hours going over. Coming up front, we want to acknowledge that although Astral hasn't accomplished much since June, we are slowly but surely building the framework for an amazing experience that we're sure you will all enjoy. Back-end systems like data saving, inventory management, and user interface have all taken priority over actually building the map, as we want to ensure that gameplay features work as intended before we build where they will stand in the final product. As for ERH 2.0's upcoming closed alpha, that's likely going to be pushed to summer 2023 or later. We do have the goal of getting ERH 2.0 out to an open beta sometime in 2024, so you can keep an eye out for that in the future. The open beta will feature sectors A, B, C, and D, with sectors E and F coming with the full release of the game. Now, let's switch things up for a little, shall we? Alright everyone, it's time for this year's Resonance Awards! The Resonance Awards are something that we came up with in the last month or so, as we wanted to further celebrate our community through giving some awards that totally weren't ripped from the Cosmic Awards. Totally. Now, the first award we have to offer is an award that celebrates the person who is at the center of our community, providing a common source of fun and excitement that otherwise isn't seen much within our server. So, this year's nominees for the Community Nexus Awards are Mr. Yeaterson, 28452, otherwise known as Furry, STM02, Gentle Trez 9, and Barret Enjoyer. And if you look at the displays, the winner is... Okay, any second now. It's Barret Enjoyer, with 9 votes. Barret has played a great part in Astral's community, providing a fun attitude and plenty of memes to help raise our spirits whenever we need it most. This race was extremely close, with the winner being decided by only 1 vote, while second and third place were tied. Thank you, and congratulations! The next award we have to give is to what the community considers our best event up to this point. Whether it be informative, fun, or otherwise engaging, we strive to put on events that allow for you to be a part of the development process, while also striving to have a bit of fun at the same time. The nominees for the Best Astral Industries event are Astral Central 2020, the first ever Astral Central event, ERH 1.0's beta release party, Energy Research Hub 1.0's full release party, and the Energy Research Hub 1.0 Last Hurrah event, which also featured a 2.0 preview server. And the Resonance Award goes to the Energy Research Hub 1.0 Last Hurrah. A send-off to ERH 1.0 and its history, we came together one last time to enjoy what Astral's foundations were built off of, and took a small look into the future. Thank you for your contributions, and I hope that these events we hold now are even better in the future. Now, our next award is one that represents the best of Astral's staff team, someone who is passionate about their work, friendly, and overall a great person to be around. This year's nominees for the Staff Member of the Year are Mokino Mocha, Underscorched, STMO2, and Mr. Uterson 28452. And the winner for this year's Staff Member of the Year goes to Mokino Mocha. Mocha is one of our new developers this year, and she has been an amazing person to work with. I am so glad we managed to get her on our team, and she has been an excellent member of our team, and she has contributed quite a lot when it comes to concepting and planning. You'll see a lot more of her and the rest of our staff team later, but I would like to thank you all for participating in the vote for this award. Now, moving on from this award, we have to mention that Astral Industries is, well, obviously, a development group, so we tend to also attract other amazing developers to showcase their work in our Discord's creation forum. We wanted to celebrate the amazing work done by these people, so the nominees for this year's Community Creation of the Year are Aradna Generation Complex by Antaraska and Cosmic Science, Garamond Research Facility Reimagined by Kirusi and Prisma Studios, Untitled Core Game Project by Matrix Play 123123, and Project DMC by Zenit277. All of these projects look stunning, but there can only be one winner. After a 9-9 tie and a deciding vote from the staff team, the winner is Aradna Generation Complex by Antaraska and Cosmic Science Incorporated. We love not only what they have done to create in the wake of the iconic Aperture build style, but also how they have implemented a unique style of their own to provide a truly unique experience. Props out to Cosmic for their hard work. Lastly, we have the award for Astral Affiliate of the Year. Being an Astral affiliate is more than just following the Discord's announcement channels. It's a commitment to share our values of respect, patience, and kindness towards all. And these groups have exemplified those values through their games, events, and actions. Here are the nominees for this year's Astral Affiliate of the Year. Cosmic Science Incorporated, Nova Incorporated, Nuclear Engineering Corporation, and the Auroral Atomic Corporation. And the winner is Nova Incorporated. Nova has skyrocketed this year, producing high-quality games whilst also fostering an active and bright community. Congratulations on winning this award! Now, that's it for the main awards. However, voters know that there was also an attached anticipation survey which we used to gather feedback on ideas and features for our projects. Here's some of our findings. The most anticipated part of Energy Research Hub 2.0 isn't actually the mining system, drone companions, or even the reactor. It's actually the 30-plus song long original soundtrack which is slated to join the game upon its release. As ERH 2.0's lead composer, I am honored to have a fan base that is excited to hear what ERH 2.0 has to offer, both in ambience and in active music. Stay tuned for more information regarding the soundtrack sometime soon. In the survey, we pitched 5 game ideas and asked which one you would most likely play. In first place was this pitch. A game where you have to escape a broken facility after a calamity occurred, leaving you without memory of what happened except for a strange flash of light. To those who voted, keep in mind that these pitches were all real ideas that the dev team has discussed, and your feedback may actually shape the future of what we create. This concludes this year's Resonance Awards. However, we still have quite a bit to go over. Let's get started by asking this question. What can we expect from Astral in the upcoming years? Alright, so let's get started by going over Astral's main project, Energy Research Hub 2.0. We touched on it a bit before in the presentation, but we want to stress that the most important aspect of 2.0 is that it is an enjoyable experience, not just a hallway simulator with a single ball core. Although the game may not be as visually impressive as other titles, we have a ton of gameplay packed into this game. So let's take a deep dive into what you can expect from Energy Research Hub 2.0. At its core, Energy Research Hub's gameplay is designed around a leveling system. Playing the game will earn you experience, or XP, over time. This XP is automatically converted into levels when you reach a certain amount, which grants you a variety of of rewards as you progress. XP can also be boosted by a variety of factors, including owning Astral Plus, having an active satellite on orbit, taking a brain-boosting tablet from the item shop, and much more. Besides XP, ERH 2.0's main currency is research points, or RP for short. RP is earned by playing the game, completing jobs, running missions, selling ores, and so much more. RP is used to buy consumables, furnitures, tools, drone companion shells and paints, mining equipment, and a lot more than just a flashlight and a useless clipboard. Oh, and by the way, we are going to have a clipboard, and it will be functional. Like, you can actually take notes on it. So, thanks to STM for the prototype. Now, XP, RP, and a variety of other stats are affected by a multiplier system, which allows consumables to stack their benefits on top of each other rather than going to waste whenever another consumable is in effect. These stacks have their limits, of course, but this will incentivize getting creative with your choice of consumables, items, and other equipment to spec out your multipliers for the maximum gain possible. On the topic of consumables, while we're at it, these are items that provide buffs, and sometimes debuffs, for a varying amount of time. They are split into 3 categories. Food items, usually full-size meals, provide a smaller but longer-term effect. Drink items, like smoothies, provide unique effects that other items can't. An example could be a special energy drink that makes your lab equipment recharge faster. Lastly, snack items give large bursts in a specific stat for a short period of time. A snack bar, for example, could give a large amount of speed, but again, only for a limited amount of time. Balancing these items and their cooldowns is key to ensure that you are always topped up at any given point in time, providing a variety of benefits in the process. Now, moving on to major gameplay mechanics, the primary draw to ERH 2.0 to established fans is likely going to be the facility's reactor, the Deuterium Tritium X Aerosol Fusion Reactor, or DTX-AFR. The DTX-AFR is Roblox's first ever dual-cycle reactor, meaning that it runs 2 fusion coils simultaneously in order to create an immense amount of energy. This reactor will feature plenty of stunning visuals with an equally stunning control scheme. As of now, the DTX-AFR is currently in its concepting phases. We have yet to make a full 3D model, but we will show it off whenever we finish creating it. Reactor operators will be able to manage this beast, generating power for the rest of the facility to use. Operators should be careful, however, as any misstep may cause the experimental fuel to become unstable and potentially ignite the entire chamber ablaze. Next, I'd like to touch on ERH 2.0's Material Research Division, which encompasses both the mining system and the material research labs. To start material research, you'd get some mining equipment and take a trip down to Sector B, the Aurora Cavern. Once in the depths of the cavern, you'd use one of 3 types of gears to extract ore for a variety of ores for sale and analysis. The first tool you'll use is the humble pickaxe, which you'll pick up from an NPC at the mouth of the caverns. This pickaxe won't really get you that far, but it is useful for finding level ground and establishing your hold in the mines. Once you mine your first few ores, then you can sell them to start saving for one of 2 types of mining equipment, deployable drills, or Deplo drills for short, or extraction lasers. Deplo drills, like the Setup 1000 found at Hydra Extraction's booth here in the Vector Center, are easy to use set-and-forget style machines. Use the provided remote to drop a Deplo drill in an ore vein and watch it run. Slow but consistent, Deplo drills are a great entry point into the mining scene for those who aren't looking to be extremely efficient. If you are looking to be pinpoint accurate and extremely efficient, I'd recommend picking up an extraction laser. Extraction lasers, like the Enter Extract 1000 by Hydra Extraction, are extremely powerful beams of energy that tear apart ores for easy pickup. Although they are fast and precise, they can often overheat, requiring a brief skill check to avoid an overheat. If this check is failed, it consumes a heat sink, a shared resource throughout every extraction laser you purchase. These heat sinks essentially act as second chances, and each type of laser can have a varying amount of heat sinks on it at a time. Running out of heat sinks and overheating your laser results in a catastrophic overheat, rendering the laser unusable for a period of time or until you replace the heat sinks. These extraction methods are designed to have their pros and cons, with Deplo drills being slow and consistent, and extraction lasers being fast but difficult to use. In addition, there are 4 types of ores, each requiring an upgraded tool to mine. Tier 1 ores require basic materials, or include basic minerals like fluorite and iron, while the extremely valuable Tier 4 ores can include obsidian and... Oh wait, the script's apparently been redacted by the Providence organization. I'm sure this doesn't mean anything. What I have heard, though, is that Tier 4 ores can only be mined using extraction lasers, and that they are found in the deepest parts of the cavern, parts which need surveying. This brings me to survey missions, a minigame which you can participate in by grabbing a stack of survey beacons and exploring a randomly generated cave system. Explore the cave, dodge loose hazards and bottomless pits, and place down beacons to rack up points. To claim the points and your rewards, simply make it back to the start of the cave. If you don't make it though, you'll lose all your points, so be safe when exploring the depths of unexplored caves. The deepest parts of unsurveyed caves may also contain extremely rare ores, ones which can be sold for quite a chunk of research points to the right vendors. There's also one ore that no laser or drill can mine. Weird. I wonder how we'll get our hands on it. Now, while the caves are nice, how about we look at the stars instead of moving underground? Let's talk about the Aerospace Research Complex. Located in Sector F Surface Complex, the ARC, or ARC, is a nexus for Astral Industries' aerospace subdivision, the Stellaria Aerospace Institute. ERH holds the only operating launch site for the Peregrine Autonomous Delivery Craft, a single-stage-to-orbit medium-lift launcher. The Peregrine can be used by players to launch their very own REXSATs, or Research and Exploration Satellites. These REXSATs can be custom-fitted with a variety of modular parts, allowing you to construct the perfect satellites for your needs. Need more research points? Attach a science module or two. Need extra XP? Put on an extra antenna and let Astral use it for worldwide communications, giving you experience as payment. Satellites lasting too short in orbit? Put on an extra solar panel or even a miniature reactor to dramatically increase the time your satellite lasts before needing a replacement. And to those worried about space debris, REXSATs are designed to deorbit themselves once they run out of power, so no debris is left except exhaust gas. Now, to clarify, players cannot go to space aboard the Peregrine. It is not an escape option for superstructure failure events either. However, the Launch Control Center is conveniently built like a bunker, allowing for researchers to run to mission control to survive any explosions that may occur from either failing Peregrines or the facility's central reactor. If you're really wanting to escape a freeze down on a rocket, I'd suggest trying out Innovation Inc. Thermal Power Plant. They've got the best rocket escape of any game I've ever seen, and that's coming from someone who's been studying aerospace since they were 4. Now, rockets are great and all, but how about having the ability to express yourself in various ways? That is something in a game that I believe to be critical to the game's fun factor. And what better way to express yourself than to decorate your own apartment? Energy Research Hub 2.0's administration sector will have a variety of slots for players to create and customize their own apartments. Fill it with a variety of furniture of many different styles and manufacturers to create a look that is truly your own. Looking for something modern? Try out a bed from Celestial Comforts. Looking for something more antique? Get a mid-century bookcase from Carpentra. The possibilities are endless, and each update will bring even more customization options. Your apartment can also house functional lab equipment, allowing you to have a private space to refine ores and run experiments in. Your apartment is your space, meaning that you can either create a party venue, a cozy cabin interior, a sterile lab, or anything else you can imagine. The sky is your limit, and we can't wait to see what you create. There will also be housing slots in the surface complex, allowing players to get an up-close view of the Peregrine as it launches and lands at the Stellaria Aerospace Institute spaceport at ERH. Don't worry about sizing, though. All plots across the map have the same size, so you can build an apartment in one slot and easily load it into another. Apartments are also built with strong social areas nearby, so you can easily take 2 steps out of your apartment and be in a space to chat and chill with your fellow scientists. Speaking of self-expression, Energy Research Hub 2.0 has yet another form of personalization: Drone Companions. These adorable drone buddies are available from level 20 and provide a variety of benefits. Besides the obvious morale benefits, Drone Companions provide a source of light, XP, and research point multipliers, and a friend to adventure with while exploring the facility. Drone Companions as a system are split into 2 categories: shells and paints. Drone shells are the actual mesh of the drone, defining its shape. Different drone shells have different forms of propulsion, containment of their inner core, and so on and so forth. My personal favorite is the Gamma shell, a shell with a large DTXA-powered engine in the back resembling a fighter jet. Drone paints are a further form of customization, essentially acting as skins for your drones. Want to look regal? Apply a golden paint. Want to shine in the darkness? Apply the RGB RGB paint to have a rainbow neon effect on your drone's accent color. There are over 120 different shell and paint combinations, and that is just at launch. Each update will bring new shells and paints, allowing you to create your perfect combination to suit you and your personality. Drone companions can also be equipped at the Drone Services Station in Sector A, where a specialized technician will ensure that your drone companion is properly bonded to your avatar, so that it doesn't get split up. They can also repair your drone if it breaks, say if it gets hit by a stray rock in the Aurora Cavern or take a shock from a lab machine. Drone companions are an extension of the self, and we hope that you enjoy these little balls of science and friendship as much as we enjoyed making them. Whew! That was a lot! ERH 2.0 has a lot planned, and we want to take the time to ensure that all of these mechanics are as fun as they can be. This means that an open beta will be quite a ways away, as we mentioned earlier. Now, besides gameplay, ERH 2.0 will also hold a 30-plus song long original soundtrack composed primarily by myself. This music is custom made to suit ERH 2.0's unique atmosphere and will provide a copyright-free, enjoyable experience for those both in-game and off-platform, as the OST will be streamable on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music upon the game's release. Music isn't easy to make though, and it takes quite a bit of time. This means that the game's OST will be released in volumes, usually around 9 to 10 songs each, as new features are added to the game. And to the one person on the anticipation survey out of 26 people that said they wouldn't listen to the soundtrack on streaming services, thank you for your honesty. Your voice has not gone unheard. Now, ERH 2.0 will also host our custom moderation suite, Starlight. Featuring a custom cross-platform integration via Underscorched's Starlight Bridge, moderators will be able to remotely handle bad actors through Discord, while also having a comprehensive suite of admin commands in-game. Ever seen an admin system with a real-time X-ray highlight command? Well, Starlight has that. We are working hard to ensure that Starlight helps to improve the fun of Energy Research Hub 2.0 by removing exploiters and other bad actors from servers where players are just trying to enjoy themselves. That's all we have for ERH 2.0. We are glad to share our plans with you, but we sincerely hope you understand that development of this scale takes a long time, and that we don't have the most experience as developers either. We want to create experiences for everyone to enjoy, but creating this kind of experience is something that doesn't happen in a day. If you do want to help us though, Astral Industries is actively hiring, so go if you wish to apply, fill out the application form in the description of the YouTube stream. And even if you aren't great in Roblox Studio, we have positions for moderators, voice actors, composers, and more. Okay, I'll stop plugging the group. But yeah, remember the anticipation server from earlier, and how each of those games we listed were actual game ideas? Well, it turns out that we are actively planning for a few of them to become projects. Let's take a look at the first upcoming project, Fumbling Facility. Fumbling Facility is a round-based minigame series in which players are valued employees of the ever-so-reputable Science Inc., based on a wacky and hand-drawn aesthetic, venture throughout the completely safe lab totally 100% as you complete minigames to earn your pay. Rounds last 20 rounds each, and the last 5 always have something happening across the facility. These so-called boss rounds can take a variety of forms, including a catastrophic reactor meltdown, a giant zombie escaping, a scientist with a death ray wreaking havoc, and so much more. Fumbling Facility is extremely early on in development, so while you shouldn't expect to play it anytime soon, just know that we are working on it. Oh, I think my train's here. Let's go and catch it. Welcome posters, music, and more as you create your very own space on board. We hope that you enjoy this simple and relaxing project when it eventually comes out, as it takes a break from the usual sci-fi aesthetic that Astral normally uses in its projects. Besides those 2 projects, again, every single one of the pitches in the anticipation survey could end up becoming actual games. These wouldn't come out for quite some time, but we are glad to have gotten your input on what you would enjoy playing. You could explore a space station, escape a calamity, or do so much more in upcoming Astral Industries titles. Wow, I'm gonna need to catch my breath after all that. But before that, let's recap the recap. To begin with, ERH 2.0 is still Astral's main priority. We are focused on getting a beta out, but with features such as materials research, aerospace research, and reactor ops, It's going to take a long time to create and even longer to get right. Expect an open beta sometime late next year or in early 2024. We are actively searching for more developers and staff members, so apply using the form in the stream description if you're interested in joining and helping us. We have other projects planned beyond ERH 2.0, including the minigame Havoc that is Fumbling Facility and the comforting Cozy Carriages. And above all else, I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you for showing up to today's presentation. Astral wouldn't be what it is without our community, so it is an honor to have been giving you this presentation for today. Please stay tuned for an ERH 2.0 development Q&A session in 10 minutes. Send your questions in the Ask the Devs channel in the Astral.
That was pretty good.
Okay, thanks, Llama. Appropriately timed.
Oh my god.
Now it's for
Oh god.
Opera.
I will say. Comedically timed harmonica.
Like I was wondering what would happen.
Hey, to the wait, to all the Nico guys in here, do you guys want to stay for the Q&A?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know why not?
You should
Yeah.
stay
Okay,
because
because
John.
after the Q&A, I want to take you guys all back to the Nico server. I'm gonna hold a surprise staff meeting after this.
Uh-oh. You're all getting fired!
Sky's here to tell
Hey
you guys
guys,
that I'm the new
Guys,
founder.
hope you guys had fun. Well, really would like to have attended at this, but, well, I don't really feel like at all. Because all it just reminds me is about how every other group runs perfect, and then there's my group which is literally dying, and all the people cares, all they're saying is how great my content is, but they don't see that I actually need help. I just wanna hear that just tell me to shut down my group, please.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that. You're
It's
amazing.
all hopeless. I can't lead this. Everything was just killed. Fuck Teo and Sages. They are responsible for this shit. They literally killed the lore for the fusion collider in the first place, and now Floshi doesn't want to work anymore.
Calm yourself, floating. We all may hate Teo and Kay, but that does not mean you need to express those feelings here.
Yeah.
In other words, do not express said feelings here.
Oh, yeah, so don't pull me, he's loading.
Sounds like how I felt running QSML3.
Oh man.
History repeats itself.
Meanwhile, I'm still in development idea purgatory.
I flew mega balls.
Good spacebar.
That's it, space sparring.
My space bar is failing right now because when I press the right side of it, it doesn't register.
Oh.
There it is.
Wait. Uh-oh. Two keycaps came off. I don't know where they go.
Oh, great job.
Oh, well
Wait,
done.
does it go
John.
ZXC VB or ZXC BV?
Oh no,
VB.
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 It goes ZXC VB?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, just
Yeah,
try one of
there.
them, and
Try
if
that
your
one there.
Keyboard.
writing comes out all garbled, then you know it's the other one.
Yep.
Wait, where's Chris's DMs?
I have a ping and no mic chat.
There's just a dance party going on in the Nico booth. Let's see if I have my
God damn.
Okay, where the hell's Chris's DMs? Okay.
KT's just doing the Fortnite dance.
Staring
Oh,
at
yeah.
Aiden a few minutes
That
later.
goes hard.
Like, when are you gonna upload? Come on.
What to do? I wonder what war crimes.
Just we all don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
I do.
It's called waiting.
I suppose that I guess if we count waiting, yes, we all know what to do.
Oh wait, when is the Q&A?
T-minus
Oh,
5.
Chris joined?
Chris joined?
I'm
What the goober?
That's seriously.
Guys.
I need to-
Crappy Core Games 4 release date about to come out. 2837.
I need I need to know when the Q&A is starting.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Probably like.
Where's the chemical weapon?
Are we around what now?
Chemical weapon.
Oh, there's Chris.
Server's being unlocked for the Q&A.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Are we about to be flooded?
We're about to be flooded by the Jahan
I don't know,
guild.
perhaps, possibly.
Because
Jahan cult.
Yeah, cult.
I think I'm breaking your bot right now. It's still thinking.